not want to make waste.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Gaming Channel. My name is AJ Gels. How y'all doing? We are back with Vampyr. We're about to start up the night shift. We finally got into Chapter 2. We're working here at Pembroke Hospital. Let's just get into it. Yeah. Here I am.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
There's nothing here. No antiseptics at all.
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
Oh, crap.
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I didn't want to come across as an asshole on that one.
In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Alright, now time to start the thing that I always use hacksaw. That I always have the most trouble with when I start a new kind of like RPG like this. It's what to do next. There's always so many options, so many things to do. I don't think we have a whole hell of a lot of quests right now. We just pretty much have... okay, that's just main quests. Like, where do we find, like, side quests? Huh. T. Elwood's medical file. Male, age 28, Dr. Tippett's convulsants, I think that's how it's pronounced. Date to be released to be determined. The patient's face has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even with the use of the strongest sedatives, he affirms to regularly endure severe pain from the wounds, as if the flames are still burning under the skin. He says examinations of the circuit... Jesus. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Tissue show no trace of inflammation, infection, or swelling. Scars are clean. Could it be a case of persisting nerve damage? The patient never ceases to blame himself for his disfiguration. Could it be a case of guilt of the survivor? Phantom pain manifesting as a punishment for not dying with his comrades. That's pretty. Oh, so we also have a new. Okay, so we've never met him. Thomas feels responsible for his disfiguration. The war. Huh. What was I thinking? Lost my train of thought there. Oh, wait. Somebody's... What's this guy? He's suffering from fatigue. Let's see if we can go help him. I've lost my train of thought just completely. To explore a little bit. Never mind. What was I saying? Oh, right. When we were reading that explanation of the, of his diagnosis, I'm kind of sitting here thinking they had that much of a level of like command of psychology back then. I don't remember psychology being super big in the early 1900s. Although, I mean, this is an open world where a lot of people are, where apparently there's like groups who truly believe in vampires. So, I'm willing to bet this is a little bit of a revisionist history.
It's locked. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Rogue Skull. Okay. water, sturdy blood sample. Okay. Every time I'm killing somebody, like I'm worrying that I'm doing something like just totally wrong. Like I'm cutting off routes or whatever, but I don't know. Oh, crap. How do I get him off me? Should not only take him out, but I pick up blood, too. After a while, I photograph smiling living couple. Few words written on the back. Milton and okay. Okay, let's stick on our main quest for now, and yeah, go into the old morgue. You know, I'm starting to think maybe I'm misunderstanding when it's saying the more you kill, the easier this game becomes. Maybe it's talking about like if you embrace a character out in the world, they die. Like the human characters that we're meeting and interacting with. Maybe that's it. Because those give you those massive experience points. But at the same time, I guess it would kill somebody, would block off interactions that you could have that would be part of a story. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm overthinking this, and I'm thinking like everyone I kill out in the world, like even just normal enemies, messes with the difficulty of the game. I don't know. If anybody knows and can maybe give me a hint or their take on it or whatever, please feel free to be a. Oh God, no! That'd be a massive help. Alright, well, after that mistake, I thought that door was blocked off. I'm hearing shit in here. I'm gonna guess that there's some vampires in here. Oh, anybody remember at the very end of the last video, we were kind of like walking around Reed's office and we found his plant. You know, he said he could save with some water or whatever. I looked. I was browsing through the trophies.
Cannot enter.
I was browsing through the trophies and found one that is oh God, it's a joke from Life is Strange. Life isn't strange. Something I can't remember exactly what it was. I mean, it was one of those, like, it was clearly a. God damn it, you stupid little piece of. Yum, 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 yum.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
What was I saying? Oh, right. It's like it was a Life is Strange joke. And, I don't know. I thought it was funny.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
I got interrupted. From what I remember in the preview material, from what I remember of the preview material in this game, I don't want to say this for certain, but I believe
It's locked, all right.
No, the developers just didn't want to design that room. They wanted to give us a door to make it look like there's areas, but didn't want to design a room for it. I know their tricks. What was I saying? Lost my train of thought so many times. All right, from preview material and stuff in this game's development, I'm trying to remember. From what I remember, the whole thing with the vampires and the Spanish flu, the plague that's going on right now, are somehow connected. Oh shoot! That was spooky. Okay, I see 3. Okay, they have resistances to...
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. And blood.
Okay, a skull in there. I think it was the Eurogamer review I was looking at of this. They, like, one of the things they didn't like about oh shit, there's 2 of them. I thought there was only 1. Well, how he's pretty adept at fighting, even without any, like, real training. I guess he was a soldier of some sort. I mean, a medic, but, yeah, you know. A new citizen investigation is available. Press the touchpad to open up local investigation menu. Okay, citizen investigations are displayed here. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it with the square button. Then access to your map to locate the area to explore. Okay. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Bring back the wallet to its owner. And the Harder They Fall citizen quest. Find out the cause of death. So, I have to go talk to these guys. Okay, so these investigations, I'm going to guess, are side missions. Okay. See here, Office of Pembroke Hospital Medical Examiner Samuel Connor, race Caucasoid, sex male, age 39, home address unknown, occupation fisherman, type of death natural, Probable cause of death, fast progressing pneumonia by virus-induced pulmonary consolidation. Spanish influenza. Okay. Examination attendees: Dr. Cochran Tippett, Nurse Gwyneth Bannigan. Name and signature.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look.
Use liston knife. Equip it to directly absorb
Into this.
That's an interesting. So we have a new offhand weapon. Liston knife. Oh, cool. So we absorb. I might change these around depending on what enemies we're fighting. So right now, seeing that we're just fighting vampires, let's swap over to the knife rather than our stake. Wait a minute. Okay, so yeah, we're using the common machete. Okay, it's a different color on this on the screen in front of us. Still looking for. Oh, great. You just came out of freaking nowhere. What is it? God. Damn it. Keeping up with this dude is really annoying. Got him.
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Okay, find some ferrous tartrate? Is that how that's pronounced? Watery, rich blood sample. Analyze the view blueprints. Oh, that's neat. Blood serum regenerates 60 blood points. Ooh, okay. Health right now is my issue. There you go. I can use that skill to pick some more up, but I'm still pretty low. If that's all my blood points. This listed knife's not a bad weapon. Oh, sorry. I was saying something earlier. The review from Eurogamer, right? They said something about the colors used in this game. I'm just curious. Anyone else?
Mars fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
I don't know if anybody. What does anybody else think of this game's color scheme? I mean, it's shooting for kind of like dark and dreary, but I think that's kind of the point. It's not. I think this game is supposed to kind of be dark, dreary, and depressing. It's not supposed to be bright and colorful. It's how to explain it. It's one of those that it might not be the most visually impressive, but it's very thematic, and it's. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. It's not super visually impressive. I think both from a technical standpoint and from just the color aspect. But I think it looks fine from the technical aspect. I mean, like I said, it's whatever. It's fine. It's fine from a technical aspect. From a color standpoint, I think it's thematic, and it works. This is the hospital. Oh, wait, we read that in the last video. Crafting, you have enough components to craft the medicine for treatment of fatigue. Treatment for fatigue, use it to cure a sick citizen during a dialogue. Okay. Send to Dorothy Crane in the patient's room. All right. You know, for these, I've been sitting here kind of thinking, for these investigation things, because like I said, I think that's just this game's kind of word for side mission. I'm kind of wondering if it's not going to be the typical, like, here's a quest giver and start the mission. It's kind of you find things out in the world to look at, and like when we looked at those patient files. Like, is that how it works? Bring back the wallet to its owner. Bring the medicine to Dorothy Crane in the patient's room. Okay, where's Dorothy?
Never could keep anything from her. So many days.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Diseases decrease the blood quality of a citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Speak to the patient in the room. Find Dorothy to check his medical status. Okay.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed. so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Alright, so he's healthy.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Okay, so now we know more about Fiddick. Never mind. No, we don't know more about Fiddick. We know... Huh, okay. And well, we can mesmerize him. But, yeah, if we're gonna do that, I'd rather learn more about him and increase the blood quality.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything.
I'm so tired. The shift never ends.
My dear children, but... New hint available for Charlie. A bunch of glass vials, not really much use.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
You seem worried about the safety of your
Jeez.
and it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
Tell me more about the death.
Why does it do that, like, weird, like I'm hypnotizing him?
I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
So we still need another hint on him, but for the most part,
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
we've built that up. Okay. Unknown dude. That's Harvey. Dorothy. Unknown. Whoa.
You always knew the words to calm the children.
Blood temptation. Remember, citizens' blood will provide you a For citizens of your mesmerized level. Okay. Whoa. We're glitching back there.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Mortimer Goswick, new hint available. Oh my god, I really like this mechanic, like this trying to figure things out about them. It's in an odd way kind of reminded me of the Council. Jeez, and I want to like walk around and talk to everyone here. Who owns this wallet that we're looking to bring back? Milton. Okay. What was I saying? It sort of kind of reminds me of the Council in a way, of just all these different characters with their different God, what is it with their different I can't think of the words. Come on, brain. Advantages and weaknesses and whatnot. Ooh.
It's locked. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Okay, so we can buy those things. Okay, so what can we sell? Weapons and modules, samples and ingredients, ammunition, and this is junk. Okay, so with junk, we can either break it down into components or we can sell it. Okay. So let's see here. What else does he have? An enigmatic formula. Ooh. Yeah, I'll take it just because I want to know. I want to know what it is.
Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then...
I'm not sure what all we need to make what
Such a pleasure to see.
cures, but at least we know this guy's here.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
Okay, I kind of like this guy. He's a little spooky, but...
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Isn't a mass grave detrimental to keeping like an epidemic, like from spreading?
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
A funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Yeah, fair enough. If anybody's wondering, give me a second. I'll finish up talking to this guy, then I'll explain something.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
I like this guy.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then...
What was I about to say? Tell me in the comments, what do you guys think? What do you guys think would be better? Either we just go hard on, how to put this? Either I talk to people like intermittently throughout videos.
I cannot enter.
Like kind of like what I was doing. Like I did some game stuff, then I came here, and now I'm talking to people, and I'm basically just hunting right now for the dude this wallet belongs to. Finally found missing money for the fee. Took care. I asked some of our neighbors. They told me that this Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He may ask for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry, I refused to pay first, and I realize now that the important thing is that you get better. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard, despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks. I promise you that everything is okay. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. With fondest love, Nicolai? I don't know how to pronounce that. Milton Hooks. Oh, wait, that's the guy who I'm looking for this wallet. Can I go into this? What I was saying, sorry, tell me in the comments what you guys think would be the best way to handle this. Do you think I should kind of start doing missions, then do talking to people, do it interspersed throughout the video? Because I want to talk to everyone and get all this stuff figured out, because I think this is really fun. So tell me what you think about that. You know, what's the best way to handle it? Either put it in its own episodes, or, like I said, kind of split it throughout. I want to know what you guys think.
You always knew the words to calm the children.
Okay, I'm still looking for this dude.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir.
It's locked.
Very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
Okay. There's got to be a way to get to that spot to see what he's doing.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables.
So claiming to be
I will
the
not
good
forget
doctor.
you, sir. And I thank you for your generous donation.
Claiming to be the good doctor, but instead you're stealing from the dead. Naughty, naughty. There's Sean. Come on, I gotta be able to find this dude. There's Edgar. Some random woman. Sean. Anyone else here shouting?
It's locked, all right.
God, I just want to find this dude so I can give him back his freaking wallet.
The Pembroke is so lucky to have Dr. Reed, you know. I met
Good
him
evening,
in
sir.
New York.
Ah, I think I found him.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh, really? Before that.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Let's see what he's got before we really talk to him. Okay, so we can get gun parts. Milton's shotgun. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're not done here.
Doctor, still trying to save lives?
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I'll bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Okay, so I'm going to guess that we could have either gotten that mission that way to go get his wallet, or we just kind of did it ourselves. Okay.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Ask some personal questions.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
Okay, so here's where I'm starting to think. Is the game trying to make me...
Goodbye.
Like when we saw Rakesh, you know, looting the bodies with this guy, he's extorting patients. Are they is it trying to make me really hate some of these guys to actually make me want to kill them? Is that what it's doing? Or will I get like the option to like help redeem them and change their ways and become, you know, more upstanding citizens or something like that? I don't know. I'm really curious about that. Jeez. Okay. Let's look. What else is going on in the world? We've completed that quest. We have The Harder They Fall, finding out the cause of death between Tippett and Brannigan. Well, I got both of them here. Thank you.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Okay, not much we can get there. Okay, we really can't get much out of her until we learn more about her. Okay, let's talk to Tippets, wherever he went.
If only I were young again. Just a...
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippets, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Is that kind of funny that we're also a vampire? We're a blood transfusion specialist and a vampire. No one else find that really funny?
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more...
God damn, I didn't pay enough attention to the logo in the center. That was a you only make one choice. I'm so used to going around the horn.
Just lacks hope.
But actually I like that answer, so.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Okay, so we have a hint unlocked with him.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
Why does every time we use a hint or whatever, we always sound so angry?
We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
You've nothing to prove, Dr. Tippets, to anybody. And we all praise your experience. Please, have some rest.
I am perfectly fine, and I am not too old for this job.
Didn't say you were, dude.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls.
Curious, can I make a...
We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
You've nothing to prove, Dr. Tippets, to anybody.
Oh, okay.
And we all praise your experience. Please, have some rest.
I am perfectly fine.
Okay, so I was wondering if it would send me back through and I can make that choice again, but no, I cannot. And we have no hints on the personal questions. Yeah, alright.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippets.
I'm kind of going back and forth trying to figure out the cause of death of that, I'm trying to think of the cause of death of that guy we met in the morgue, but I need to find the nurse again. Ah, why is everybody running away?
Disgust on every street corner.
where you're going. Of course, it locks behind him. Oh, crap. Not where I wanted to go just yet.
Come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this...
Oh.
serendipitous...
Sorry about that.
events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
All right. Okay, good. He's still in there. Okay, that's where I go to watch whatever he's doing. But we need to be up there, so we need to go outside. God, I know we're at the hour mark. I know we're long. I just cannot stop messing around with this. It's so neat. Is he doing heroin?
Damn it! Why is this so difficult every time? That is better. That is better. I will make it through one more night.
What did we just find out about him? Is convinced that Cochran is exhausting himself, refusing to stop working. He's a drug addict. Tisk, tisk, tisk. So it seems like everyone at this hospital is kind of hiding something. Hawkins, unknown. That's Swansea. Okay, I'm gonna guess that's the Ashbury lady. Milton. There we go. I mean, I've been looking for this lady. Hey, talk to me.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Tell me, nurse, did you know Dr. Tippett was addicted to medication?
I suspected this behavior for some time, but never dared to ask him about it. Until the day he confessed to me.
Why would he confess to you about his addiction, Nurse Brannigan?
Don't you know you doctors can't hide anything from a nurse? We're always there, even if you don't notice us.
Do you consider yourselves our confessors, Nurse Brannigan?
I wouldn't dare, Dr. Reed. But I'm intrigued. How did you discover Dr. Tippett's secret?
What can I say? I seem to have a knack for discovering secrets.
And for hiding them as well.
Do you approve of his addiction?
Of course I don't approve. But I understand he needs it to fight the exhaustion. Let's hope he'll stop injecting himself once the epidemic is over.
And what if he doesn't?
Then we'll have to convince him to stop. I believe he's still in control of his addiction, for now. But we must remain vigilant.
So basically we tie him to a post and let him detox.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Okay, so I still can't... Let's see here. So we still don't have any information on... What is it? The cause of death. So we're gonna have to still keep working on these two characters. God, I'm liking this conversation system. It's not the most in-depth. Like it's not the most in-depth. I'm tired of your shit, Clay. What the fuck do you? Blah 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 blah. Ooh. What was I saying? It's not like the most involved system I've ever seen. You know, it's like with having to trick people into saying, but it's all about kind of like figuring things out. It's a little bit of a puzzle. We'll talk to Clay because we've been running long, and then I'll close this out.
Dr. Reed, still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
Okay, diseases, press R1. Check me. Healing a citizen, increase blood quality. Reward you with XP. The health status of the district will also improve.
You're lucky
Cool.
to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
Alright, so he's recovering. I'm curious now. Go out here. Okay, so that uses up the treatment. Alright.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss should cut me good.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother.
Recently had to.
Thought it would be easy to return the favor.
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. As long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
Rumors of
Have you
blackmail.
heard of any underhand dealings going on in the hospital?
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. The black market, though. Now that's where the money is.
Jeez, we have a lot of active things to talk about.
Escape the law, Clay.
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I can say for most folks.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
What can you tell me about your marriage, Clay?
Marriage is the sweetest cage, they say. Well, I found myself locked in one with a wild animal.
You mean your wife keeps you on your toes?
No, I mean, we both have claws and we both love to bite.
Am I right to assume your wife's letter pissed you off, Clay?
I was so mad, I threw away the knife she got me when we got married.
Your wife gave you a knife as a wedding present.
That knife has always been my lucky charm. If I'd had it in my hand when I got stabbed on that pier, I'd not have been wounded.
A lucky charm? I never would have taken you as the superstitious type.
We all have our flaws, Doc. Mine's to have my weapon of choice for when the really dirty business comes around.
Do you want it back?
I don't need it here, but if you'd be kind enough to bring it to me, I'd be really grateful.
A grateful Clay Cox? I might just find your knife and bring it back to you to see that happen.
I can give you directions, but I'll be surprised if you manage to find it. My hideout isn't meant to be found easily.
So new investigation, okay. And just gonna kind of go through this.
Blackmail? That's not my style.
I'll leave you for...
Alright. So let's take a look at what all we have right now. So we have a new investigation in this area. So Clay... Oh, wow, we actually have his blood quality at the highest level now. Let's bring him his knife. I'm debating whether or not I want to take this guy out. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Tell me in the comments, guys. What do you think? Should I you know, kind of be like a guy of justice, you know, like take out the people who are grave robbing, take out this guy? I mean, he's clearly not a nice guy or a good guy. I don't know. I mean, tell me what you guys think. You can do that down in the comments. And also tell me, you know, do you want me to do videos that are just talking to people and videos that are just like quests and combat? or intersperse the two in videos, how you want me to do that stuff, tell me down in the comments below. You can also get a hold of me over on Facebook, Twitter, the website, minds.com. Links to all that stuff is down in the description below. Please remember to like, comment if you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more next time. But until then, my name is AJ Gels. This is the Vampyr Gaming Channel. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'm out.